creating safe spaces in and for their community.
You just don't want to feel like you have to go out and worry about being who you are.
And it took for something major to happen for us to really wake up and realize that this can happen anywhere.
That's something major, the recent mass shooting at a Colorado Springs gay club. An attack Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott wasted no time condemning.
We don't want the kind of hatred and divisiveness that we have seen around the country, that we've seen sometimes not too far from us.
Protecting LGBTQ individuals isn't just a focus in the city, it's also a priority for Baltimore County, as one member of the police department knows firsthand.
Myself, I know what it feels like to be marginalized. I know what it feels like not to be seen, what it feels like not to be heard. I even know what it feels like to be assaulted because I identify as a gay man.
That really is cultivating partnerships and engaging in the community in a way that really helps understand the needs.
That's all coming up on this edition of 11 TV Hill. Hello everyone, I'm Jason Newton. Welcome to this edition of 11 TV Hill. Everyone should feel safe in their city, regardless of their racial, gender, or sexual identity. That's part of the reason why Baltimore City and Baltimore County have LGBTQ liaisons within the police and fire departments. It's a mission that leaders of both jurisdictions plan to expand. On a grassroots level, it's a big part of the work being done at the newly renovated Pride Center of Maryland. And this is where we begin our conversation. Joining us now from the Pride Center is Senior Director of Programming Traymore Wilson, Director of Trans and Non-Conforming Service, it's Amber Van Horn, and Program and Outreach Coordinator Rodney Moore. Thank you all for coming by. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, it's on this topic right now, coming out of Colorado, and I'm curious of what your thoughts were. What was the initial response as some of the headlines came out?
Yeah, I think when the headlines officially came out, we were just all devastated, right? We were completely devastated. We were wondering yet again. We looked at when we host Baltimore Pride. So when we looked at when Baltimore Pride came, they burned the flag up the street in Charles Village, right? And we realized that these rather small attacks happen all over the country, and this was something major, and it took for something major to happen for us to really wake up and realize that this can happen anywhere.
Sure, becoming too familiar, I'm guessing?
Way too familiar.
Yes, very much so.
Tell me about the idea of safe spaces. One, why is, you wouldn't think in 2022 that it's necessary to even say it, but why they're necessary and where folks should be looking out for those spots?
Well, I think that there is a lack of security amongst the LGBTQ plus community in general. So when you go out to have a good time, you just want to make sure that you can do that. It's a lot of times that you go out and you may get into fights, with people in the community, and you just don't want to feel like you have to go out and worry about being who you are and, being attacked for being who you are.
Do people generally feel safe in Baltimore when they go out, do you feel?
I like to think so. I would like to think so. What do you say?
I think there are spaces of safeness, right? Or safety. But for me, the biggest piece is having that space of affirmation. And I don't find that there are many spaces that are uniquely providing that affirmation to these sexual gender minorities. But I think the Pride Center is one of those spaces that allows that.
Sure, we spoke to the mayor today. He was talking about security, he's talking about housing too. Tell me about partnering with the city and efforts that you both can do together to make it a safe city.
Right. I think I want to say for once and for the first time, the city is really bounding into nonprofit foundations or funding nonprofit foundations for doing things like violence prevention. But I think what we can do together is have a better cooperation, right? So. The city governs over everything. They govern over parks and recs. They govern over schools. They govern over a lot of entities throughout the city. However, we just need a better communication, better idea of talking about the issues, right? The issues that get covered is these mass issues like what happened in Colorado. However, so many things happen in Baltimore daily that no one talks about.
The day-to-day issues that need more of a focus.
Yes. More of committees that are in prime with these nonprofit leaders, these people who are actually on the ground doing the work, needs to be able to have seats at the table, right? And we're not just talking about a commission for LGBTQ affairs, but what happens in Baltimore as general.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that it's extremely important for the nonprofits of Baltimore to unite. Yeah. There tends to be division amongst different organizations sometimes, and I think that we're always stronger together. So I think it's very important for us to understand the importance of coming together and tackling these issues as a community.
Rodney, tell me about that strength together, because I'm guessing there are resources that are particular to each organization, and you know Pride Center best, so tell me about you.
So I first want to kind of add to Trey's point about how in Baltimore there's so many issues that we're not tackling, and I find that if we're not hitting and addressing these micro issues, we can't have macro solutions, right? So if you're not kind of fixing what's on the ground, you can't find what's going to, fix everything from above, right? But there are many different resources that we have that other organizations have, providing, stability for home, providing housing, having, organizations that are having clubs and are having meetings for NA, for AA, that are meeting people wherever they are at, wherever they are, to better uplift them and to enlighten them and to affirm them.
I'm sure for a lot of folks watching what happened in Colorado, Gay Street, whatever, there was trauma involved there. And I'm curious of resources that are available to people to just speak up and speak their mind. What would you suggest to them?
Awesome. You want to go?
So at the Pride Center, we have a abundance of resources that are available for anyone that has experienced any trauma, grief counseling. We also have group therapy sessions. We have, housing, just anything that you could think of in relation to being or living as an LGBTQ plus or sexual gender minority. Anything you could think of, you can come to the Pride Center for that.
There'll be folks who watch this today and looking for a way to reach out. Give me some good ways to reach out to the Pride Center, whether it's email, phone calls, or just dropping in.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you can reach your Pride Center, and you all have noticed that multiple different ways, right? So you can reach your Pride Center by dropping in our office. It's open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Okay.
We're working currently at our temporary office, which is 2122 Maryland Avenue. Okay. Everyone know about it, right next to iBar. But we're working, we're working out that office, like I said, all those days. And also we can be reached on social media. We have Instagram and Facebook. It's called the Pride Center of Maryland. Okay. And then we also take calls. I take calls up to 2, 3 in the morning because it's just no stop time when
Work
people
is
need
never
help.
done.
Right, it's 24/7 job.
Yeah, absolutely.
I totally get it. Trey Moore, Amber, Rodney, thank you all.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
You as well.
Thank you.